This is the U-shaped knitting on our miniature shawl. I prefer to do it before, that way I'm not struggling after. So, I'm going to find my small ribber comb, and I'm going to very carefully take out the wire, and I'm going to just put it on there. Okay. It's not about being perfect, it's just about doing it. I don't want to split my stitches too bad. Okay. There we go. Now I'm going to come up between the beds and I'm going to hang my stitches. Now before I get too carried away, I will need to start on the opposite side of the bed. Okay. Now the fun of hanging these stitches back up. I'm going to start at 20. And I'm just going to hang all of these stitches on this first half back up on the machine. It doesn't matter if you have them even or not, because you are doing U-shaped knitting. When we go to do the piece, we will know exactly what half is. This is just a sample. So we will come back when I'm ready to hang the ones on the ribber. Okay, I've hung a few. Now I'm going to put the ribber up. Oh, no I'm not. One second. We are going to remove the sinker plate and put on the ribber comb. Well, I shouldn't have said ribber comb, I should have said the connecting arm. Now I'm going to bring up my ribber. One click, one click. Putting my ribber on 8, main bed's still on 8. And now we're going to very carefully make sure we're not tangling anything. Okay, so sorry, I forgot to put the camera. So anyway, I am just very carefully taking the loops from the piece and hanging them on the ribber. I do not have any weight on them at all. Just the ribber comb. No weights yet. I will put weight on it when I am satisfied that I have all the stitches accounted for. If they match, it'll be good. If they don't, that's not a surprise. So I'm just going to continue this and then we'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so I have a odd number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in half pitch, and I'm going to rotate 1. So I am now in half pitch and 6. Resetting my row counter to all zeros. Lifting the river up. Pulling this down. Pulling it all down. You want to make sure that nothing is misbehaving. If you can pull it down, pull it down. Okay, now you want to add some weight. I'm putting on 2 big barrel weights, one at 20 and the other one at 20. That should be enough to keep it down. I have a thread caught. Okay. Keep calm. Now we need to set our carriages. Okay, U-shaped knitting is pretty unique. You want to press part going to the right this round on the main bed, and part on the ribber going to the left. After we finish our first round, we are going to reverse the settings, and then we will knit the second row. So each row has 2 count. I hope that makes sense. I'm just going to reset my yarns, and then we will get going. Okay, we will talk yarns. I have 3 strands of Yeoman Super Sheen, but you can use any separator yarns that you have. Because this is just a mock-up, I am not too concerned about the yarn switch, but when we do go to do the project, we are going to use It's a Wrap Rainbow, which is basically 3 strands of Yeoman in different configurations. So, row 1, we knit across. Hope for the best. Okay, that first row was knit. Now when we knit across again, the ribber will be the only one that knits. Okay, pull everything down. Looks pretty good. You want to move your ribber stitches up. You now want to reverse your settings. Now, knit across. And now you're going to knit the top. Pull them down. Reverse. Knit. Wait. No. We have to do one other thing. Every 4th count on the row counter, you are going to reduce 1 stitch, starting at the bottom. Do not pull them all the way up, otherwise they will accidentally knit off. Alright, double check your settings. Knitting on the main bed, not knitting on the ribber. going across. Knitting on the ribber, not on the main bed, going across. Reverse. Going across, across, pull it down a little bit, reduce the lower one. Now, reverse, knit across, knit across, reverse, knit across, knit across, reduce. The reason why we are reducing now is so that we don't forget later. Reverse, knit across, knit across, reverse, knit across, knit across, reduce. I'm going to bring these forward. Reverse, knit across, knit across, reverse. Now those ones were being naughty, so bring them out, knit across, reduce. That one's being naughty. Okay, you get the idea. We will come back when we're done all the ribber stitches. Okay. I'm still working on this. Sure, we're knitting that way, not knitting that way, and not knitting that way. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, well, I just screwed up, so I'm going to try and fix it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so that was my biggest fear, that I would accidentally set it wrong. But we are now done the circular part. So I will take off my ribber connecting arm. Put back on my regular carriage. I'm going to put this on the other side of the bed. And we will start again. So back up one stitch. Open up the door, put it in. And now I really don't need to have anything on there. All right, I also need to do the one reduction, so I'm going to hang that back up on there, do my reduction, and now I'm going to put the weight back on the piece. So I'm going to use one claw weight on the left and one on the right. I might as well put a third in the middle. Now, we don't have to have any settings on our main bed because we're just going to knit 2 rows. So every time the carriage is on the right, we will reduce the left. Hope that makes sense. So going across, back, reduce. Oops. Use the 3. So 1, 2, reduce. 1, 2, reduce. Now, if you want to add any embellishments on this, every 4th actual row, you can do transfers and put in eyelets. If that's what you want to do. We're going to work all the way down to 1 stitch. Your actual row count doesn't matter. I'm going to reduce the weight down to 1. One second, please. Okay, we're back. Okay, so now we have this one. And this one. Remove the weight. Knit 2. And now you have the one. Might as well not even use the carriage. Pull it through. Pull it through. Hold on to it with your knees. Oh, bummer. All right. Now, pull that right through. And now we can look at our work. All right, so what I had, of course, is my one gray thread here decided that it was going to get caught on a gate peg. That is always a fear. So, because this is just a sample, now we're just going to free it. Open it. And now we have a nice shawl. And this little in between, as you wash it and stretch it, that little section that was in the middle will disappear. And I guess we can take off this waste yarn. And there's our little piece. Nice and pretty. Of course, that little gray one that got pulled has wrecked our little scalloped edge. But that's okay. I think you get the idea. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this actual project with yarns that change color. So I'm going to wash this, dry this, and then steam it, and we'll put it on the doll. Okay, now that we have the miniature one done, let's do a big one.